Hello! In this episode, we are going to see how Salesforce Heroku extends your CRM to deliver seamless customer experiences.
Because future-looking statements are inherently subject to risk and uncertainty, our reminder is that you should make any purchasing decisions or investment decisions based on products that are currently commercially available.
My name is Julian Duque. I'm a lead developer advocate at Salesforce, mainly working on the Heroku team. One of the themes we have heard from our customers is that the shift to digital is way more important than ever and need to happen quickly. For organizations, this means they need to start creating new ways to engage with customers, creating digital content. Especially when we are at home, the demand for this type of content has been increasing. For companies and organizations, in order to better connect with their customers, they need to identify new channels and have the tools to provide a better connected and integrated digital experience. This is why we created the Salesforce Customer 360 platform, which is a CRM where teams from service, commerce, sales, marketing, and IT departments can work together and have a shared view of their customer and improve their experience with our platform. Heroku is part of the Customer 360 platform. It is the simplest and fastest way to come from an idea to production. We are going to be providing you a platform as a service where you can deploy your applications and integrate with the Salesforce platform so you can provide better and integrated customer experiences. Now it is time for a demo. First, we are going to learn how to deploy an application to Heroku, and then we are going to check a more realistic use case. So we can see how can we extend our CRM to build better and integrated customer experience. Fun fact, did you know that Trailhead runs on Heroku? Well, now you know. Let's take a look at how can you deploy. We are going to learn how to deploy an application to Heroku. First, we need to start with a project. Here we are using a Lightning Web Components open source project that we are going to deploy. We need to make sure that project is a Git repository. We also need to have the Heroku CLI installed on our computers. This tool allows us to manage our application from the command line. Then, we need to create an application using the Heroku create command and add a unique name. Now, after we have this, a new remote has been added to our project. Now, for deployment, we just need to push our project to the Heroku region that has been created with the command git push Heroku master. Heroku receives the code, detects that it's going to be a Node.js application in this case, and it's going to start building its application. We are going to install all of the dependencies and follow the different build steps that you define on your app. After the process has finalized, our application now is deployed on an Heroku dyno, which is a virtual machine or a process where our application is running. At the end, we can run Heroku Connect to open the application and see that it has been successfully deployed to Heroku. How easy and powerful was that? Now that we saw how to deploy applications to Heroku, let's take a look at a more realistic use case. In this demo, we are going to tell the story of Pulsar, a fictitious electric car manufacturer, Omar, a sales representative, Nicole, a potential customer, and Laura, a service technician. We will be looking at things from the perspective of Pulsar's lead developer, as she creates both the sales representative user experience and integrate with the customer user experience built on Heroku. For this, we created a progressive web app using Lightning Web Components open source. Nicole just got a raise and she wants to build her new car. She's going to the online configurator from Pulsar and she's picking up the options she wants. At the end, she wants to get notified once this car gets available. So here we have Nicole. She selected a pearl white car with black interior and it's a long-range Pulsar Neutron. Let's fill out the information and now click on Notify Me so we get a notification when this car becomes available. Now let's take a look at the Omar's sales representative experience in Salesforce. he can go to the Pulsar Showroom app, click on the Leads tab, and now he can see that there is a new lead that has been automatically created for Nicole. Now you might be asking yourself how we built this on Heroku and how we integrated this customer-facing application with our Salesforce organization. Well, we have a progressive web application deployed on Heroku using Lightning Web Components open source. Our customers can consume this application via mobile or using a web browser. Once our customer sends the information, our application is going to receive an API call and store that on a PostgreSQL database also hosted on Heroku. We are using Heroku Connect to synchronize that Postgres database with our Salesforce organization. That's how Omar can take a look at the lead information that is coming from the customer-facing app. As I mentioned before, we are building this progressive web application using Lightning Web Components open source. This application consists of two parts. One is the client and the other one is the server. The client consists of all of the different graphic components that we need for our application, both the configurator and the form. Then we need to send all of the information we are capturing from the form and send it to an API endpoint that we are also running on our application. We can trigger this API endpoint from the component using a JavaScript call. On the server, we are receiving all of the form information on an API endpoint. We are taking this data and inserting it in a PostgreSQL database using regular SQL. For this, you can use any of our supported languages. Also, we are using Heroku Postgres. Heroku Postgres is a reliable and powerful database as a service based on the open source project PostgreSQL. From the Heroku dashboard, you can manage and monitor the health of your database instances. Now that we have our data on the Heroku Postgres, we want to synchronize the data with Salesforce. How can we do that? We are using Heroku Connect. Heroku Connect syncs data bi-directionally between Heroku Postgres and Salesforce without you worrying about any API integration or API limits. Nicole changed her mind and decided to visit the Pulsar showroom personally. Here, Omar, the sales representative, can guide her through the same configuration process she was following online. Here we are reusing the same Lightning Web Components we created for our customer-facing application deployed on Heroku, so we can use the same technologies to build both the sales representative experience and the customer experience integrated on Heroku. At the end of this process, Omar is going to find Nicole on the lead list and send her a PDF with the configuration of the car she selected. This PDF is being created by Salesforce Functions, a product from the Customer 360 platform. Once the PDF has been created, we can go and visit the lead record page, take a look at the related attachments, and open the PDF we created for her. Now, she can share the new car she selected with her friends and family. Here on the Salesforce project, we can see that we are reusing the same configurator Lightning Web component that we created for our progressive web application, but with some few slight changes so it can be integrated in our Salesforce application. Let's fast forward to the future. Nicole bought the car and she's super happy with it. Smart cars usually send all sort of data to the mothership. This allows the health of the car being monitored remotely. So a service technician like Laura can take a look if something bad is happening with the car. How are we achieving this? We are receiving all of the events from the cars using an IoT protocol called MQTT. We are bridging that information using Apache Kafka on Heroku, so we can consume all of those data events from Service Cloud. So if there is a malfunction on the car, it will send a malfunction event so we can receive it as a case on Service Cloud. A malfunction event has been triggered from the car. So let's take a look at Service Cloud. From here, Laura can check the case that has been created for Nicole with the technical issue that we received. Laura can click on the Battery Diagnostics tab, select the range, and now take a look at the data we have been receiving directly from the car. From the chart, we can see that we are expecting a normal battery life consumption, but our battery has been depleting faster than expected, exposing an issue. Also, we can take a look at the real-time data that is coming directly from the car. This is possible because we are using IoT technologies and we are receiving all of that data events using Apache Kafka and stream that data to our Salesforce application. On our Salesforce application, we are connecting to a WebSocket server that is running on Heroku from one of our Lightning Web components. Here, we can see how we get the data and add it to our chart in real time. Also, on the server application that is running on Heroku, we are exposing a WebSocket service. This is relying on an Apache Kafka consumer that is connecting to the IoT provider to get all of the different real-time data events that are coming from the cars. This is the same WebSocket service we are using on our Salesforce application in the same diagnostics tab that we showed previously. On our application, we don't only use the services we created, but also others that are available on the Heroku Elements Marketplace. This lets take you advantage of other managed services that are available for you. Not only the ones that Heroku supports officially, but others that you can find on different categories, like login, monitoring, email, SMS, or in the case of our application, cloud and messaging. For our application, we are using Cloud MQTT, an MQTT IoT third-party provider. Also, from the same Elements Marketplace, we are using the different add-ons, Apache Kafka on Heroku, Apache Postgres, and Heroku Connect. Well, it is time to summarize. So let's take a look at our full solution. We built a progressive web application using Lightning Web Components open source that we deployed on Heroku. We are also using Heroku Postgres to store our information on a database, and that database is connected to Salesforce using Heroku Connect. We are also receiving all of the events from the cars using MQTT and processing those events using Apache Kafka. With Salesforce and Heroku, all of the effort of deploying and maintaining our application has been simplified, so we can focus on the business and the problem to solve instead of investing time on operations and maintaining our application. Here at Salesforce, we are always innovating. These are one of the latest innovations we have brought from the Heroku Data Services team. Bring your own key allows you to have way more control over your private data. Heroku Shield Redis allow you to have a HIPAA-compliant Redis instance so you can build real-time applications using your CRM data. Also, you have trusted data integrations. You can connect with public or private clouds using mutual TLS or private link. We also released a new version of the review apps feature we have on Heroku Pipelines, with easier management with a new permission system and also giving you way more flexibility to work with complex workflows with public APIs. Hey, if you like what you saw, you can check out the following resources. You can go through Trailhead and check the following modules: Heroku Enterprise Basics and Heroku Connect. Both are going to guide you how to start working with Heroku and how to integrate Heroku with Salesforce. We also have an ebook available for you, Transforming Data into Customer Experiences, that you can download at the resources section. And if you are looking for inspiration and want to get the things a little bit more practical, you can go to the sample gallery hosted at Trailhead. Here you can find a collection of applications that are built on the Salesforce platform, each one showcasing a set of features, letting you know what you can use to start building your applications. It will not only show the features, but also provide you with reference code and best practices. Also, if you want to stay connected with our developer community, I will invite you to subscribe to the following podcast. The first one is Codish, the Heroku podcast. Here you can find a series of stories about code, technology, tips, tools, and the life of a developer. There is also the Salesforce Developer Podcast, where you can find short and insightful stories by developers for developers. And well, that is Heroku, part of the Customer 360 platform. And on this episode, you learn how Heroku can help you extend your CRM to build seamless customer experiences. Thank you very much for watching this episode. My name is Julian Duque, and see you on a next opportunity. Bye bye.
Did you know that an ally is someone who doesn't identify as an underrepresented group, but seeks to understand the challenges that they face? At Salesforce, we've distilled becoming an ally into 4 practices: ask, listen, show up, and speak up. Skilling up on equality makes our community stronger. Learn more on Trailhead and earn your Equality Allies Strategy Badge.